Welcome to another episode of the Gaming Kitchen here. This is another episode as the quality strike continues. This is June 16th, 2025. So, you guys know that whenever I do a video like this, it means two things. One, either card heads are complaining and crying about a game which they contributed to being crappy about, or Stadium Creator still remains to be its broken self, despite the fact that SDS has shown their hands as to what really matters the most to them. So, how does this story begin? Where do I want to go with this story? And what are my thoughts on this Stadium Creator patch that has touched today? In fact, there's only been 3 patches, none of which actually fixed an issue. Only one fixed some issues. 2 did nothing. Now, let's take a look. So I came back early this morning, started some work, got a good breakfast sandwich. By the way, off topic, Impossible sausage, egg and cheese is the move now. I like turkey sausage, but I don't like the taste of it sometimes. And pork sausage, too salty, too sodium-esque, not a big fan of it. But I like Impossible. There's no gristles, there's no bones, there's no stuff like that, and very delicious. There's a soulless sponsor out there. You know, I get nothing from it, but Dash In is the best. If you have a Dash In around, go check it out. So I come back today, and, usually when I get away from this game, I don't pay attention to anything anymore. I don't pay attention to the patches. I don't pay attention to the glitches. I don't pay attention to the forums. I don't even pay attention to the Discord anymore. I don't care. It has already been shown, if not already, that this is a mode that is literally on the low totem pole in regards to priorities from SDS, their developers, their creators, their modders, whatever they got over there in that circus called SDS, is whatever. Okay? So I come back today and I discover that they actually have patched, to my partial amazement, but not partial amazement. They have patched the foul pole lines from being edited. So does it revert things? Does it revert things back? Oh, by the way, I just want to show they haven't gotten to changing the names of the ballparks. That still remains. But their top priority is to fix a glitch that has occurred at least less than a month ago. So, has this changed? Did this change the lines? No, it hasn't. It has not changed any lines whatsoever. So, your ballparks, if you made any ballparks with this, has been permanently locked behind the foul lines. That's cool. Let's go to another one, which I'm working on, which is I've done Yankee Stadium. And the only one which I have regrets about, which I couldn't get to, is Camden Yards. And if I knew then what I know now, I would have done it on Friday or Thursday before I got out of here, and I would have beat out of town. But I got Fenway Park done, so I'm at peace with that. It changed the foul lines. Now I said, this kind of shows me everything I needed to know about SDS, because they did the same thing with the batter's eye thing, and they both have one thing in common: they will always prioritize a glitch or an error in a feature or a mode that has anything to tie into with head-to-head, online, or Diamond Dynasty. Okay, because that's their baby. Quality be damned. Bristol Motor Speedway on American League Park, Druid Hill Park, probably the most accurate one, Oriole Park on Fenway Park, American League Park right here, which is not the name. So this right here still stands. This right here is still going the same exact crappy way. These right here, you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 slots here of generic stadiums, still unable to be deleted. But priorities matter, especially when your priorities require you to spend numerous amounts of money on subs and numerous amounts of money on cards. So The next thing I want to go into in regards to this is the whole entire fiasco that has took place on the community forums of SDS. One of the biggest ones was SDS just gave us all the middle finger. Oh, and by the way, coincidentally, Joe, SDS underscore Joe K PSN disappears, falls off the face of the earth. Mister, I've read your message and I'm taking it back to consumers to work on him, la da da da, has disappeared. Bro is gone. Nobody knows where he's at, whatever. So I'm going to read a couple of the forums here, and there's about 22 of them. I'm not going to do all of them because I just don't have the energy to read all this stuff. I told people time and time again, the show community forums is a cesspool. It is a haven of toxicity and negativity and lies upon a bed of lies from the community of SDS, from their henchmen who sit up there and take the messages and all of them. It has been quite the season with this game to learn just how much of a damn SDS does not care about you, the consumer. They don't care about you, the stadium creator. They don't care about you, the person and lover of desire and quality. Okay? So to sit up here and to actually see that they were quick and fast to fix this issue, which, by the way, if they would have actually cared more about the mode, instead of just slapping up against the wall with no plan whatsoever to it, they actually would have been able to basically jailbreak that and allow people online to use the cookie cutter, broken down, trash version than which we've been subjected to for the past 4 years. And then they could give the free version where you just can edit anything you want to your desires using us and give that to us and make sure those things are changeable. So it is quite evident as to like where the priorities are, what they care about, what they don't care about, and any explanations given. It has been shown that they have shown their hand. And right now it is very evident that when it comes to issues that are top priority, according to them, that will impede or hamper head-to-head online or Diamond Dynasty, it gets fixed real quick and fast. This has been the fastest I've ever seen a response given to Stadium Creator I have ever seen in a patch, ever. Which tells me they're capable of fixing this thing. They just don't care to, and it's not top priority. That's my take on it. That's my opinion. So anyway, let's go to this forum thing and let's check this out. So obviously a lot of people did not take this well. Fire wrote on Xbox Live. So, okay, Joe just gave us all the middle finger, and you have nowhere left to go except confess that SDS does not care one iota about giving us Stadium Creator customers what we desire. In fact, you will spend valuable coding time and money to prevent us doing things we learned to do, which is vastly more money than what it would be spent to just give us the version of Stadium Creator the SDS team uses to create your official stadiums. After all, right now, there is a total prohibition on using custom stadiums in online games due to an unfixed bug discovered during head-to-head play. For those who don't know, this little tidbit is part of tonight's update, 15. Stadium Creator, a fix-it bug where users could break the foul line territory restraints. So SDS has proven beyond all measurable doubt that they want us paying customers to have a deliberately degraded version of Stadium Creator, not due to any legitimate desire to prevent it from being used to facilitate online game cheating, but simply because this is a second-class way that SDS desires to treat its paying customers. Larger companies than SDS has bankrupt themselves and put all their employees on the unemployment line for doing less malice to their customers than this. Shame on you, and yes, Joe, that includes you. So here we go. This is from Sarge. Sarge says, you guys need to walk this one back ASAP. This was a gift-wrapped golden opportunity to make a massive, much-needed, much-sought-after improvement to Creator. We presented this to you, begging you not to drop the ball. Not only do you fumble it, you spit in our face, shoot us the bird, and then piss on us without any courtesy of calling it rain. You were given an absolute layup and bricked it. It's borderline weaponized incompetence at this point, and it is deliberately insulting the builder community. I thought 100% this would be left alone, but no, SDS proved once again that's how flipping tone deaf they are to their community. Seriously, Joe PSN, this is an absolute embarrassing move for SDS. More embarrassing, walking this back is the only way to save face here, SDS. You have one shot at it. Ralph asks, so when you say thanks for the feedback, I'll pass that along to the team. What does that actually mean? Just curious, because it sounds awful like duly noted to me now. Just to take a break into this, I was on cloud 8. I wouldn't say 9 when I created the thread, and I finally got a speck of response back. I thought that it was a breakthrough. I thought it was something that would actually lead to some communication. And this is probably why I do not, and I repeat, I do not participate in these shenanigans. This is a rat race where you sit up here and you talk to people and you tell people, hey, can you please look at this and please look at that and please look at this and please look at that and please take care of this and please take care of that. They are well aware of what to fix. They are well aware of what they have. They just choose not to. They just choose not to. And that is hurtful if you're not privy to it. It is downright makes you feel like you're a cog in the wheel, which is what you really are. And neglected, which is what has been happening. Again, this is why I said a long time ago, I am not a paid beta tester for you. I'm not a paid beta tester. If your game is trash, I will spend every waking hour convincing other people to not buy your product than to sit up here and quote unquote help you. Because there is no helping you when you intend on making this product the way that it is. And that is the God's honest truth. This means that someone abused the option to truly full stadium with baseline panels actually across. And I presume that one actually play CPU used such a foolish setup. I say presume because I never created such a stem, therefore don't care to test that part out. So this is the thing in which I was talking about as well when I mentioned how people were purposely bringing up the online thing when they were saying like how this could impact online. And I said, you guys know that like you bringing up online, it's just going to expedite the process of them patching because you know their baby in this mode is Diamond Dynasty and head-to-head and online. They don't care about this impacting any other mode or any other thing or any other person other than online. Like, for instance, it's June 16th, right? Um, this thing came out March 14th, so we're a month and 2 days over. If this has been going on for so long and was so important, why haven't they fixed this and patched this? Why haven't they patched these names being misplaced? This wasn't screwed up in MLB The Show 24. None of this was screwed up in MLB The Show 24. Why is all this stuff not fixed? There's been 15 patches in this game. Not one of them has addressed anything in which the person has been talking about because it doesn't impact online and it doesn't impact head to head and it doesn't impact Diamond Dynasty. There's a bug impacting this thing to be used for head to head. Apparently, some people are telling me that you can actually use it online. So I wouldn't be shocked if you can. Again, all they do is lie. Or BS, or cut corners, which is what they've been pretty much doing a lot lately. So here's Maddie Butt Games, and Maddie is this person who originally, quote unquote, discovered the glitch, but somehow keeps popping up virtue signaling and making themselves a martyr and all of this. And when that didn't work and no one paid attention to said individual on Reddit, then now they've seeped their way over into the community forums. In the eyes of the game developer, anything that breaks the system in place of exploit, I'm just calling it as I see it. As the person who found this bug and shared it on subreddit a month ago, I knew this was a risk. I just don't think this melodramatic overreaction to a game still doing the bare minimum work is doing any favors. So Maddie is very passive aggressive. If you guys haven't been accustomed to any of the reports or posts in which this individual does, very passive aggressive, comes off very self-absorbed, and literally had no intentions of sharing this with anybody except their own little niche community. So one thing that I have discovered this season, this year, is, like I said a long time ago in multiple other videos, and I'll say it now, is that you have a lot of people in this group, in this sect, in this community who are really not on the same page with other people. They're just not. They don't care about Stadium Creator. They don't care about the problems. You can go to certain groups and find that they don't give a crap about all the stuff you go through. They just want us to ballpark created so they can put their little custom rosters together and play the throwbacks in the ballparks you slave over and you work hard for, while then having the nerve to dismiss your problems and concerns when you bring it up. So you have that group of people. You have another group of people who, if they do discover something, find something, they want all the credit, they want all the praise, they want all the glory, they want all the gifts, they want all the stuff given to it. And then sit up there and act like they had no intentions of doing that when you clearly are sharing the stuff. I mean, really. Are we seriously going to sit up here and do this? So you get people like that. This individual is rather annoying. Like, says, please enlighten me on what point I've seemed to miss in all this. That people are upset SDS fixed an exploit in their game and took the usual steps in addressing the problem, said exploit. I get frustration with the feature itself. I also am not a fan of what the mode has become, but reading messages here and elsewhere seems targeted at SDS is doing a job as a gaming company. The point is they ignore their requests to fix the bugs that affect SC daily rather than fixing a bug that hardly anybody used or knew about. They ignored the community and spent programming hours fixing something that was a significant issue while other important issues still remain. I don't concur that some of the bugs in Creator this year not being fixed by now. Mostly fence wall props for me is annoying, but it's clear to me that SDS saw the baseline glitch as a high priority thing to fix. Why? Who knows? Same went with Batter's Eye movable props last year, and the situation probably affected their response to this new exploit. But here's my rebuttal to Mr. Matty here, or Mrs. Matty, or whoever you are. Here's my explanation. Here's my question. Well, first, my question to you. Okay, top priority. What else is more top priority than you having a bug or a glitch that's causing you from downloading your ballparks for a month and a half? About 15 months, 15 patches into this thing. Feel like months. 15 patches into this thing, and yet names are still wrong on this ballpark. That's not top priority? This actually wouldn't be an issue if you guys actually did what you wanted to do, if you actually would have listened to the community and just simply made this thing a fully editable, created stadium mode. But you guys didn't want to do that. You guys clearly made this for the point of Diamond Dynasty and head to head. And it's cool if you guys love that mode. It's fine. I'm not trying to make this thing be an evil entity. But to me, what I'm trying to point out is that when you are making stuff that is the sole purpose of centralizing something, you are neglecting anybody and everybody who's not a part of that plan. And that's what SDS has done this year. And that's why this mode is still trash. Fire says fair points, but it's even worse than that. SDS spent money to end something that increased customer happiness, not due to any legitimate concerns over abuse of the game. Since custom stadiums can no longer be played online, there were zero options to abusing online play due to being able to move the baseline and backstop falls. In short, SDS went on an overt public relations campaign with the release of MLB The Show 25, stating that they were listening to their customers, when in truth they were ran by two control freaks who treat customers like garbage and arrogantly presume that they dictate what the customers do, suffering from the myopic view that SDS is too big to fail. Nope, they are very much in the margin of companies fully able to destroy themselves by destroying their customer relationships and thus move outrage a great many customers. I don't spend my money on companies that treat me with outright malice. And then this person said exactly what I said. Maddie just wants to take an I told you so lap on this getting past when the real issue is the glitch exploit revealed that Stadium Creator could be jailbroken by devs with pretty minimal time and resource expenditure to give users way more creative freedom. They refuse to do so and should be criticized for using a little dev time devoted to feature for restricting creativity instead of adding props and functionality. Him to measure return stadiums online. I'm sorry, Stadium Creator is not a high priority on the list of stuff the parents see, but this move makes more sense across the board of balancing. Yeah, I don't know who Maddie is. Either Maddie is like a covert person from SDS or just really annoying. But this is a very annoying individual, so it's kind of a mixture of both. So, um, here's my thoughts on this. Let me check my notification before I go into this. Here's my thoughts on this. Okay, here's my thoughts on this. Regardless of what side you fall on in all of this, whether you feel that this was a malice attack on your personal adventures or anything such as that, whether you feel like this is a structured, deviant, um, malice, whatever, or whether you fall on the side of apathy because you just think that stadium creators are just a bunch of whiners who literally are the obstacles course of people getting in the way here of your card playing game or whatever. Um, this has been, and I shall say has been, um, this has really been one of the most despicable years of SDS I have ever seen across the entire board. And I'm not saying that because a stadium creator. I'm saying that because over a course of 3 months' time, okay, 90 days, this mode has not gotten any better. This mode has not gotten anywhere in regards to uh, an amount of quality or enjoyment, be it from the Diamond Dynasty community with how they treat cards over there, be it from the Stadium Creator community, being how they treated Stadium Creator over there. This has been one of the worst outings of a company showing their whole entire cards that has been seen for a long, long, long time. To a level in which even EA has not gotten to. And EA has done a lot of like heinous stuff when it comes to quality control, when it comes to microtransactions, when it comes to exploiting people for loot crates and loot boxes and all that type of stuff. But the reason why I say that SDS is worse, all my other videos and stuff, is that this is all just abruptly co-op, just covert rudeness and a lack of regard for your fan base. Not only does this company not listen to their fan base, but they really don't care to. They have no desire to listen to you whatsoever. They don't care about you. They don't care about fixing things unless it deals with fixing stuff that is detrimental to their bottom line. That's what this shows. They did exactly what I expected them to do. They literally stood up here and quickly ran towards patching this, knowing that this was an issue. So it's gotten back to SDS, it got back to the developers, it got back to the programmers, and they went in there and fixed it, put the lock code in, and dipped out. But you guys have had the problem with the stadium names not being good for 3 months. You fixed nothing. There's other glitches and errors in this mode. You fixed nothing. The only reason why you fixed this is because you knew it would impact Diamond Dynasty and head-to-head. If it's that simple, I wish we could go to the forum and say, hey, look, I think we can exploit head-to-head and Diamond Dynasty by the names not being changed. And watch how fast that gets changed. I don't feel sorry for SDS. in all of this. I don't feel sorry for any grief they get, any problems, any trauma, any trouble, any drama, whatever, because they did it to themselves. And then again, on Father's Day, they make a commercial about a dude being happy that he got this game, this broken shell of a game that does not work properly whatsoever and has bugs and glitches and 15 patches worth of trying to fix a thing that should have been fixed before it got released. I'm not one to ask for people's jobs. I'm not. I think in this type of economy, I think in this world, I think it's a harsh thing to do. I'm trying to be a little bit of a better person as I get older. But I sincerely hope that whoever is in charge of this game and whoever has led this thing to be what it is now either steps aside and let people who really want to work this game, be passionate about it, touch it, or just for the love of God, get out of it and just let another company do it. Because it is clear and evident that you guys have no idea what's going on. You guys are too far gone. You only care about money. You only care about subs. You only care about cards. And that's it. And anything that doesn't have anything to do with that, you guys have low priority on. It is tiresome. It is a broken record. But the good news is, in all of this, is that where there's a will to edit your ballparks, there's a way. Still a way. They can't take that from you. Because you know why? They barely can update their new games. What makes you think they're going to update their older ones? I will catch you guys around. Peace.